So before I get into this this little build, you may notice that my gloves aren't quite big enough for me, but you know what, I've got the most important bits, which are the ends, I suppose. Anyway, right, so I'm going to make a polyester bowl. These are all GPS agencies polyester shavings from various projects that I've made over the last few months. And what I'd like to do is, I'm not sure if I'm going to put this one in, but still, I want to do a totally clear cast resin with no pigment in it, no colour, because I want to see what all these colours look like when they're captured in clear. So I've got the pressure pot ready. I'll be taking it up to about 60 psi. I've got the polyester resin. I've got my syringe. I mean, I'm going to do 1 litre of polyester resin. Anyway, let's get into it. So this stuff stinks. Imagine the worst thing you've ever smelt. This is it. Okay. So I'm going to take it up to the 1 litre line. Now, there we go. 1 litre, nearly there. Okay. Okay, that's 1 litre. So here is the catalyst. So I need 20 millilitres of this in there. So I've got my syringe. Can you see it on camera? Maybe. And here we go, 20 millilitres in there. We've got to mix it up really, really well.
Okay, what should we chuck in there? We'll chuck some of these in. We'll chuck some of these. Get in there. And we'll chuck some of these. Oh! Hot steam, smell that. That's interesting. Very interesting. Shall we put some blue in there? Shall we? Just a little sprinkle of blue, maybe.
Okay, there's a lot of bubbles in there at the moment, but I'm thinking, let's put some purple in. Tiny bit of purple, there you go. Just a bit. Let's not go crazy. Right. I have no idea what this is going to turn out like, but it's worth a shot, I reckon. Okay, let's chuck that in the pressure pot like that, and we'll put the lid on. We'll take these off now. Oh. I need to make one of those things that out of ply, you know, where you can like stack things up in your pressure pot and that sort of thing. I think we're pretty much there now. Yeah, we're there now. Okay. Okay. So we're out of the pressure pot. I left it in here for 48 hours. And you know what? I mean, it came out like that. It's no problem at all. but not one single bubble to be seen anywhere. I did take it up to the point of the pressure pot venting, which was 80 psi, because I really wanted to make sure, because of the way I mixed it, I mixed a lot of bubbles into it. I didn't want to have any of those showing. But if you look closely, you can see all the different shavings of the resin. There's a lot of it that's turned transparent and left just colour, which is really cool. So I'm going to mount this. Shall I do a faceplate or shall I do a wormwood? I'm going to do a wormwood. I'm going to get the bottom round, put a little mortise in there, and start hogging the centre. I wish I'd have put a sacrificial piece in the middle. Why didn't I think of that? Anyway, next time I make one of these, there'll be a sacrificial piece of wood in the middle there, just to save on resin. Okay, so I've kind of messed this bowl up. I wanted quite a large mortise on the foot. It looks like it was too large. I've over tightened it, and it's just cracked the edges out. Ugh. Right, I can fix it. I already started to bore the centre out to get my depth, but I didn't go that far. I'm not that far deep in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remount it. Luckily I can still see where the mounting plate was. I'm going to tidy the bottom of that up and make a smaller mortise and see. Oh, what a shame. Let's try and fix it. So it wasn't quite the look I was looking. Oh, look at this static. Look at the static. That's mad, isn't it? You get a beautiful finish working up the grits. I started with the Acks paste and then went back and then went from 120 all the way up to 6,000 grit, and then I put the polish and restore, but there's that much static you can't actually see the lovely finish on it. There's one inclusion right there, I don't know if you can see it in the light, but that is a piece of sawdust that found its way into one of the buckets of shavings that I've been saving. This is driving me mad. Look at this, look at the way it sticks to it. That's mad, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to spin it round now. I've made a foot instead of a I'm going to stop doing that. And I made a foot instead of a mortise, or should I say I've made a tenon. And I'm going to flip it round. I'm going to hog the centre out of it now. Right, here we are then. I've hogged the centre of that out. There's a lot of tear out, so I'm going to start the long process of sanding it now. I'm not going to bore you with the sanding. I'll get the sanding done. I'll work way up through the grits, and then I'll polish it, and I'll see you in a minute. Well, what do you think of that then? I thoroughly enjoyed this, even though halfway through we had not quite a catastrophic failure, but a failure through my own stupidity. I should never have put a mortise so wide in there. I was asking for it to break. I should have just gone with a foot. Anyway, so this stuff has turned out really nice. I mean, you can see at the beginning the shavings that I put in were various. There were different types of shavings. There was some of this stuff. I don't think there was pink in. Yeah, there was. I think there was a bit of pink in there. There was some of this. This is like a tortoiseshell type stuff, and there's some of this. Anyway, there was loads in there. You can actually see there is not one single bubble in sight anywhere, but I think it's turned out beautiful. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiny little pieces of wood shavings. I think that was from the Coca-Cola bowl, but it doesn't make any difference. It's just turned out so beautiful. I'll put some stills at the end. Right, so if you want to help support this channel, why not buy this? I don't know, send me a message on Facebook or whatever if you fancy buying it. It's going to be for sale. I'm desperate to get a mini CNC machine, so I'm kind of saving up to get that. So, oh, beautiful. I don't want to part with it, but if one of you guys wants to buy it, you'll do me a favour. Anyway, I'll put some steels up at the end, and I'll see you next time.